Emmanuel, God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. Behind me is my pumpkin patch. I'm sorry that the lighting's not the best, but I wanted the pumpkin patch to be behind me. I wanted you to see it, you know, so I positioned myself. Those big leaves that are as big as my head, and literally they are bigger than my head. I could fit my head, I could wear one of those leaves as a large hat, you know, if hats were still the fashion. I still wear them, you know, but I could wear one of those as a hat. The leaves are huge. It has 3 pumpkins on it. It's my pumpkin update. And the pumpkins are looking lovely. They've gotten to be medium size. They haven't gotten warded yet, but they're big enough where I feel like I'm gonna be able to use my own pumpkins to decorate. I don't know if there's any other pumpkins being made because I found that the one pumpkin that I didn't pollinate, it didn't get pollinated, so I won't get a pumpkin from that one, but I got 3. That it's now setting new pumpkin. It was dropping pumpkins for a while, but now I guess the weather is cool enough that it can set pumpkin again. We're into August, on our way to September, so everything's winding down. It's so exciting, you know, so I'm try to keep an eye out, and if it gives me some new pumpkins now that the weather's a little cooler and we have less daylight hours, I am definitely going to pollinate them. So I want to take you through and show you where my pumpkin are right now. See her if she moves. She's over there with other birds. She made that bird move because she wants to be near enough to see me. You've been seeing Pearls ever since she was a baby, and she's always where she can see me. See that? That's my broccoli. This is my raspberry patch. It's because broccoli is drought tolerant. My raspberries really struggle with the temperatures, and my blackberries, you know, they're impervious. Blackberries are the thugs of the garden. This one isn't as thuggy as some, but they keep me well fed. So let's talk. I know I could leave this one, my zucchini. I could leave it and let it get bigger, but I think this is big enough. Look, this thing has a like sweet spot on it. Like, I don't know if I want to let it get any bigger. I was eating them really tiny. And then my neighbor gave me a Mexican zucchini that they like to grow in Mexico. And I love it. It's so delicious. It has a very unique flavor. So I wasn't letting this one get big, but it's still tender on the outside. So it looks like the one he grows. But the difference is, as you can see, it holds its flower so long. If I had gotten it like a couple of days ago, it would have still had a flower on it. That's the way I was picking them. So I think I'm gonna twist off this squash because I'm thinking if maybe this squash is so big that it's stopping the plant from producing others. Yeah, it's starting to get kind of firm. Hopefully it's still delicious inside. This is the youngest pumpkin that I pollinated, and the one that I didn't pollinate, they didn't get to it because it has to be pollinated from this same plant. I do have a second pumpkin here that I planted to pollinate it, but this one is too young and it hasn't produced any leaves. And because the plant is so massive, the pollinators aren't getting the pollen from the male to the female. As you can see, we don't have a whole lot of pollinators. So I am being successful at pollinating my pumpkin. And if the Lord blesses me to get my melons, I will definitely attempt to pollinate them because I don't think they can be pollinated from a cucumber, and I can't take any chances this late in the seasons. I do want my end of summer, the hot part of fall, I do want my melons. And I'll just show you. Yeah, I can't, the pumpkin leaves are so thick now, you can't even see. I got a pumpkin patch over there that looks just like this one. And I'm not going in there to pollinate it because I don't want to take any chances. So hopefully the good Lord blesses me that because there's no human smell over there, the hummingbird goes in there and pollinates everything if the bees won't. I've seen the hummingbird over here going in the flowers, but there are ants in the flowers and she might not want to bother with the ants. So that might be why I'm having a pollination problem. I have seen bees in my flowers, and I know that they are pollinating all my summer squash, but the summer squash, you know, there's plenty of plants to go from. But these over here can't be pollinated by summer squash, so that's why I'm having to hand pollinate them. I hope I made myself clear on this one. Let me turn
another Savoy cabbage that is recovering from the hornworms just fine and producing a head. So we'll see what we get.
These pumpkin leaves are taking up the whole camera. Like I'm not even able to show you a whole bunch of leaves. I'm too close. But you can see how I'm kind of moving slowly. This is as far as the pumpkin has gotten. Oh, there's a yellow pumpkin. I don't know. I don't know if it's saying that it's not going to allow me to get that pumpkin. Maybe it's saying it's got enough pumpkin for now. I don't know if that's the message there, because every pumpkin that I pollinated was green. And if you look at the little tip here, oh, that pumpkin looks like it's turning kind of yellow too. I don't know what that means. We'll see if it's saying I'm done getting pumpkin. But I'm going to scan and show you. This is all one pumpkin plant. And see where these were the original leaves. Those are the newer leaves, and I've curled the pumpkin around to come back over to this spot so that I can keep this full, because you know the leaves, they live a while and then they die, and then your new leaves replace them. You know, if you want to keep a certain look with a pumpkin that grows. There's also a branch of pumpkin that grew that way. I'm not even going to bother with that up until it's time to collect my pumpkins. I'm just going to let that one be. And now that we've done all that, I'll show you one of my pumpkin. Yeah. See how it's this dark green color? And it's got a pear shape to it. It's looking more and more exotic, and it's got a dark color there. It is covered in shade from all the leaves from the pumpkin. That's one I'm kind of using as a gauge of when the rest of them are ready. When it turns orange, I don't even know how big it's gonna get. Sorry about that, guys. That was a leaf. And it's sharing the space with my tomato plant. I've seen a few tomatoes on there, but somebody's eating my tomatoes, so, and I'm not getting a bunch of tomatoes on the plant, and they're going and finding all of them. I don't know if you can see the pumpkin in there. We might be looking right at it. No. There's another pumpkin down there, but you know, as the pumpkins get heavy, they get to the bottom of the patch. And there's no point in me to disturb it, you know. Just trust me on that. I've got pumpkin in this patch. Yes, I do. Yep, underneath these leaves, there's another pumpkin over there. And then down on that corner is the smallest pumpkin. Let's see if I can make it over there. Here's a Savoy cabbage that has been eaten. I'm not going to worry about that. This cabbage will outlive the hornworms. Hornworms will not be here in the fall, and it will leaf out into what it's going to be. Oh, it's putting on a new branch there. I had one pumpkin that I didn't hand pollinate, and I didn't get a pumpkin from it. So I don't know if I'll get any pumpkins from the part of the patch that I can't go into, but every pumpkin in this area that I can reach, I am going to pollinate. I'm trying to find for you. Oh, maybe I can't get to it from this side. I know I have another pumpkin, the last one I pollinated. I'll go to the other side and show it to you.